What's up, homie? In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you how to use the complex fill and the complex fill turning in Will. Okay, so for the very basics of it, the complex fill is just one angle, and the complex fill turning could be multiple angles. Okay, so let me give you guys an example of the complex fill. So before we start using it, I'm just gonna give you guys a heads up. Like, let's say I'm gonna click it, the complex fill, and let's say I'm gonna be making a square, right? You're drawing with points, and you don't have to end it and by connecting to the last one no more. You could just hit enter and it'll automatically connect it to where you first started. And you could add another point inside where it would basically leave the inside of it of where you draw your points empty. But for this case, I'm not going to be doing that. For this object, I will show you on the next one. So I would hit enter again. So I would draw my entry point and then my exit point, and then you could give it an angle. So this is just a basic complex fill. And then let me show you again with if we draw extra points. So let's say I'm going to be making another square. I'm going to end it right there. I'm going to just press enter. And then in the bottom left, it says entry point 1 on boundary 2. I'm going to be drawing the inside. So let's say I'm going to make it, I want the inside to be empty, but I want the empty spot to be a triangle. I'm going to hit enter. And I'm going to hit enter again. Enter point, exit point, and then I'm going to give it an angle. That inside part where I drew that triangle is empty. Okay, so let me show you guys the difference between a complex fill and a complex turning fill. The complex turning fill has multiple angles that you could add. So let's say I made an error and used a complex fill. Like for this view is the perfect example. See here, curve, straight, curve, curve, straight, and then I'm gonna hit enter. And then again, I'm gonna press enter, start, endpoint, and then let's say I could only give it one angle because I selected the complex fill. This would be how my U would come out looking like. This part, it will come out, basically, it doesn't look bad on the software, but once you embroider it, it will look pretty bad because it will look like all of these are just bunched up. If you make the mistake of using the complex fill, you could still add angles by clicking stitch angles. So you could just click this button or click Control H, and it would allow you to add angles. There we go. Enter. So now the U would be more defined. All right, so let's move on to our sun. I'm going to upload this file so you guys can download it and practice. So when we're using the complex fill, we're going to have to master our start and end point. What I usually like to do is I'm going to start it basically where I want it to start, and the end point, I'm going to put it closest to the object of the same color. Like let's say I'm going to go from here. I'm going to start from this one and go to this one. I would watch. And always pay attention to the bottom left. It says 0.1 on boundary 1 is basically where we're going to get started. Enter. Okay, so I'm going to press enter. It already closed it off for me. I'm going to press enter again because I'm not going to draw a point inside. And it's going to tell me the bottom left says enter entry point. So I'm going to put it down here. And the end point, I'm going to put it right here. Then I'm going to give it its own angle. So it started over here and it ends over here. So then I will continue to do my next object, which would be this one. So let's continue it. So we would just start right here, right? Curve, curve, straight, and then straight up to the top. Enter, and then enter again because we're not gonna draw a point inside. So basically, you select where it starts. So let's say I select over here, and I select the endpoint to be down here, right? And then I give it its own angle. Let's see. This is what's gonna happen. You can't really see it, but from here, let me see my connectors. Yeah, it's a run. So from here, it's gonna end right here, right? And then it's gonna run all the way to the top. You don't see it because the object, the vector drawing is covering it, but here is the run stitch, and we don't want that. So we want it to be the closest possible. So the endpoint, I'm gonna move it over here. So it'll go automatically from here, finish over here, and then continue over here. But let's say that this object of the same color is not over here. What I would do is use the run stitch. And let's say the next object would be over here. I would run it to where one of our outlines is going to be. So it's over here. Enter. And then I would continue it. Enter. Let's see. Enter. Start. Exit point. And then give its angle. Okay. But let's say that it would be inside of here, right? Where we don't have this border, right? I mean, this border outline. I'll just delete that. I would actually just change it to a connector and jump. That's just to give you guys a tip of how I digitize. Okay, so now to show you guys how to use the complex turning. So I'm going to show you guys another example of it, of the regular complex fill. So this smile, it has multiple angles. Enter. So watch, Shift D. This part of it, it will look decent on the software, but when you embroider it, it will not be it won't look completely as best as you could possibly make it. So I'm gonna put stitch angles. It's gonna add 2 different angles. This would be a better finish than what this would be. So let's digitize it using the complex turning. And it's the exact same thing. Watch. So you draw with your points. And you could just press enter and it'll finish it to where it started. And you press enter again, enter point, exit point, and then you add your angles. You can add as many as you want. This would be a better finish than what we had over here. And again, if you mess up your angles, you click H. You can move them to however you feel looks best. Or you can even add more. Watch right here. There we go. That looks way better than what all the other ones I showed you guys. Okay, and for an example, let's say this one, right? The eye. So let's do a complex fill. Let's say I was just gonna make the outline. Enter. And basically the inside. Enter. Enter again, enter point, exit point, and then you give it the angle, right? This is with just using the complex fill. Let me see. How do I locate again? I forgot what I told. Okay, my bad. I found it. So the locate. This would be with just using the complex fill. That is not gonna embroider right. So I'm gonna show you guys with the complex turning. Enter, and then we draw the inside of it that we want to not be embroidered inside. Enter, enter again, start point, end point, and then you add your angles. This compared to this is going to make a huge difference when you embroider it. So that is something we're going to have to practice, our angles, and then learning how to use the complex fill versus learning how to use the complex turning. All right, so let me just add a jump to all of them so I continue teaching guys. Okay, so also when we are digitizing, we're also going to have to learn how to use our tatamis versus when to use our satin stitches. Okay, so when I'm digitizing, let's use this eye for an example. I like to keep it the satin stitch. When I use satin stitches, I like to keep it 10 millimeters or smaller. The bigger you make the satin stitch, the higher likely it is to lose its form. So let's say it would embroider, right? But it would be too big and it will leave a huge gap for you. So when we have an object that we're using the complex fill turning, and it's too big, instead of using the satin stitch, you're going to be using the tatami stitch. Okay, so that is going to be a quick wrap up of the complex fill and the complex fill turning. In the next video, I'm going to go more into details with the tatami stitch and the satin stitch when using both of those tools. Okay, so in my next video, I'm going to be using the complex fill and the complex fill turning to teach you guys how to use the tatami and the satin stitch to achieve different effects that will improve your designs.